Love and marriage goes together like a horse and carriage. I think my camera angle is totally not right at all. Why is it so low? Oh, just tripped on that. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Justin, and today we're listening to Love and Anger by Kate Bush off of her album The Sensual World, released in 1989. I hope that you guys are having a fantastic day. Excuse me if you hear a lawnmower in the back. My neighbors, I guess, decided to start cutting the bushes now, and unfortunately this wall behind me is an exterior wall. So right on the other side, hedges that are currently being cut. You can join me on Twitter. You can join me in the comments down below. Is the wind hitting my microphone? Let me angle it just a little bit. Join me in the comments down below. Join me on Twitter. And let's do it. This is Love and Anger by Kate Bush.
It lay buried here. It lay deep inside me. It's so deep I don't think that I can speak about it. It could take me all my life, but it would only take a moment
Listen, it's Kate Bush, right? It's Kate Bush. This song felt like the big sky for this album thus far, right? Especially the way that it ramped up, the ending, the drumming especially, the percussion that started off very minimalistic, eventually grew into something really big and very energetic. The whole song had a nice momentum actually and a nice build up. The backing vocals just kind of lifting the song, kind of like angel wings, and you know, Kate Bush is the angel. We got a nice guitar solo at the end, but one of the things that, and you guys know, I'm gonna mention it, I have to mention it, okay? The bass. I really love the bass playing in this song, especially over here. Ooh, the bass playing. Yeah. That's that's good. John Giblin on the bass. Okay, he was playing a little bit more straightforward, a little more laid back, right? But as soon as the music started to kick up, Mr. Giblin was kicking up right with it, okay? The bass playing was phenomenal. That was really nice to hear. And of course, we got a little bit of like the fretless. I'm assuming it's the fretless bass. It has that kind of warping sound that Kate Bush has used many times in her songs. That will always get me. Or maybe it's the Chapman stick, like Tony Levin. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. Kate sounds as vibrant and colorful as always in her vocals and in just the way that she moves around in the song. That's to be expected, and I would expect nothing less from her. Actually, now that I'm thinking about specifically like when those drums came in, and maybe this is just me stereotyping because, you know, it's released in 1989, but you gotta admit, it does have kind of an 80s sound to it, right? That snare drum. That snare drum is like very 80s, okay? Before anything else, the snare drum, the production on it, the way that everything is very nicely balanced, but we got a lot of low end as well in the production. And then the keyboards and piano and synths, like those are kind of like not in our face, but more up front. That is like just very 80s. And I like how after these big moments in the songs, listen like to the guitar, for example, and all of that energy just kind of drains away, kind of drifts away. Bass comes back in the pocket as Kate continues to lead the song and to lead the story and to lead the message. Allow it to kind of just, you know, come down. Kate leads, bass, John Giblin comes in, helps her out a little bit, and then it all just picks up and ramps up from there. And in the back here, especially in those quieter moments, because Kate allows the song to breathe, in those quieter moments, you hear some guitar in the back, and it sounds so nice back there. It's very faint, because like I said, at least on my end, production-wise, it's more like the bass, the drums, Kate's keyboards, right? But in those quieter moments, you can hear the faint whispers of the guitar. It really adds a lot, as far as I can tell, to the song, without you necessarily noticing it right away. I think that little back and forth exchange between Kate Bush and whoever the backup singers are, I think that's really cool. At some parts, it's a back and forth conversation, and at some points, they're talking at the same time and just kind of harmonizing. And the actual sound of their harmonies, kind of like what we just heard, it's really interesting because it doesn't necessarily, it's not like a perfect harmony. You know what I mean? Like, it sounds good. It's not like I'm criticizing their singing in this section. Something about the way that they're all singing, like they're not all trying so hard to sound too polished and refined. It's a lot more natural, the way that it's being done here. And I think that's cool because it adds a more earthy kind of feeling to the song. Adds a little something more real. And of course, as that builds up and eventually gets into the crescendo and the climax, that guitar just kind of takes things over the top a little bit. Guitar by David Gilmour? Like, David Gilmour? I know that David Gilmour, if I remember correctly, had actually discovered Kate Bush, or helped her at least in her career. So that's actually really cool. Okay. I wish he had actually done a little bit more. I mean, I like what he did in this song, but I mean, if you're gonna have David Gilmour in the song, you gotta have David Gilmour in the song. The song sounds good. I'll admit it's not like mind-blowing, you know? A lot of Kate Bush's music is mind-blowing. This one is just really good. Okay, I put this like on the same level as of right now as The Big Sky. It's Kate Bush. It's a great song, you know? But it's not one of my favorites that's gonna like blow my mind. It lay buried here. It lay deep inside me. It's so deep I don't think I can speak about it. It could take me all my life, but it would only take a moment to tell you what I'm feeling. But I don't know if I'm ready yet. You come walking into this room like you're walking into my arms, and what would I do with you? And then the chorus, take away the love and the anger and the little piece of hope holding us together. Looking for a moment that'll never happen, living in the gap between past and future. Present, living in the moment. Take away the stone and the timber, and a little piece of rope won't hold it together. Okay, interesting. Okay, love and anger. It looks like she said on the last part of the chorus, and a little piece of rope won't hold it together. So you got stone, you got timber. These are building materials, okay? You use these to build something. You played Minecraft, you use wood and stone initially, right? All right, you put them together, build something, but a little piece of rope won't hold it together. You need something stronger than just a little piece of rope to hold all those things together. You need something strong to hold a relationship together. So I feel like it's talking about maybe accepting certain problems in the relationship and actually accepting that, but making efforts to improve on it. Acknowledging that, yes, we can't rely on, a little rope to hold us together. We either need to build it into something stronger or cut it. I'm looking on Kate Bush Encyclopedia, and I'm just reading an interview with VH1 in 1989 about this song. And Kate says, well, Love and Anger of all the songs on the album is really the one I know the least about. I really don't know what it's about. It's had so many different faces, but it was one of the first songs to be written, but one of the last songs to be finished. And I think all the songs on this album are about relationships. Well, that's a little spoiler for the rest of the album, but regardless, it seems that Kate may not necessarily know exactly what she was writing about. But I think that's kind of the beauty of lyrics sometimes, and just how abstract they can be. You guys might read it in a different meaning than I will, and interpret and take it to heart in a completely different way than the next person. You guys can join me on Twitter. You guys can join me in the comments down below. I hope that you're really having a wonderful day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.